You don't want to wait until you're asked for a letter of recommendation by a potential employer in a job interview before you start thinking about getting one. These letters are a must-have for any professional's briefcase, right alongside a resume. In this video, we'll go over the basics behind etiquette for asking a manager for a letter of recommendation, how to avoid mistakes when asking both current and former managers for letters, what info to give them to make sure that you get the letter that you need. First, let's cover basic etiquette. When it comes to asking a manager for a letter of recommendation, timing is everything. If possible, make sure that they aren't busy or in the middle of another project. You might also want to try to schedule a short meeting regarding something professional you'd like to discuss in person, if they are the type of manager who prefers that style. If they prefer to communicate in other ways, a request via email or text might be more appropriate. Either way, be sure to make your request at least a month in advance. Managers have a lot to juggle. Make sure you give them time to add your request to their to-do list. In some cases, that means you might wind up asking your current manager for a recommendation. There are some ways to make this less awkward and less potentially job-threatening. For example, you could ask your manager for a letter so that you can post it on LinkedIn. That way, you're trying to appear more professional rather than hunting for another job. You could also let your manager know how valuable you think that their recommendation is. Explain to them that you want to have the recommendation should you ever need it in the future. Most managers are rational enough to know that being prepared is different than preparing to leave. Asking a former manager. While this is not quite as stressful as asking your current manager for a recommendation, there are some things to remember, like to make sure your boss remembers you. Sure, they may remember your name, but if it's been a few years, they might not remember all of the specific projects that you worked on together. Be sure to plant some seeds when you talk and recall big projects you've worked on together. That way, those projects will hopefully make it into the letter. Another way to jog the memory of any manager is to send them your request in writing, along with important documents. This includes your resume, portfolio, and other important info from your time with them. Be sure to include a sample letter like the one in the video description below. Having a written template of the letter you want will make it more likely that you will get something close to what you need. Now finally, send your manager a thank you letter. A recommendation letter is a big gift that could be worth big bucks if you land the right job because of it. Treat it with the importance it deserves. We're eForms, the biggest database of legal documents. For more information about letters of recommendation and to get a free recommendation letter template, head to the link in the description below.